We're now joined at the dais by Deputy Athletic Director Scott Sidwell. We will use the raise your hand feature for a couple of questions before Scott needs to go. So we'll throw it to Scott for a few comments to open, and then we'll use the raise your hand feature. Scott?
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for taking a few more minutes here with us to help get some messaging out about what fans can expect as they come to Beaver Stadium this Saturday for the first of our 7 family reunions. We're expecting a great crowd, upwards of 107,000. We have just a few thousand tickets left. We're excited about that. It's been a great response from our fans from day one. When we announced we were going to full capacity back in June, it's been a race to this moment, and will continue to be a race to get folks in the stands and cheering on our Nittany Lions. Listen, for the first time in 2 years, folks are coming back. We know there's a lot of questions. Certainly, people have gotten in habits. 2019, we did some different things, and we'll continue to make some changes to improve the experience. What I will say to folks is, having spent, Friday and Saturday in Madison. I think our community is going to be electric. Having the opportunity to walk around the streets of Madison on Friday night and certainly on Saturday morning as we went and got ready for the game and did the alumni reception. And then when you walk in the stadium, there was just an excitement that you could feel in the air. And for those of you that were there, I'm certainly that you felt that as well. So we're excited about that. Our messaging is real simple. Know before you go. We've done some things with mobile ticketing, our traffic and parking, as well as what we're doing with our gates. And I'm going to address a few of those things here today, and then you can ask me some questions afterwards. So, know before you go. Make sure you download the PSU app. You can get that at gopsusports.com. It's a very simple, easy way for folks with mobile ticketing to access all the information that we have going out on game day. We're going to be posting a lot of information this week as far as instructions on how to do things. We did today with a number of changes that we're making going into the season. We actually have a video that's very easy to follow from Mitch Gerber, talking about how people can download their tickets. And that's really the big message is get out in front of this. Make sure you know what to do before you go, and our message around downloading our tickets. From a traffic and parking perspective, we've made a couple of slight changes. We're going to be, certainly asking people to come early. Our gates open at 8 o'clock. We're asking people to take a little bit more time. If you're transferring your parking pass to someone else, make sure you get them the information. People's maps and different things are on the back of those parking passes. We want to make sure people have a great experience, and we're trying to message that taking a little extra time coming to the game is going to make that experience go a lot farther. As we look at, day of game parking, for those who have not purchased their parking to this point, slight change there. Folks will be directed to Innovation Park, where they can purchase that pass, and then they'll be directed to an open lot. Versus in the past, they may have got into the queue, clogged things up a little bit. We made that change after a lot of conversations with our fan councils and our fans, and taking input about how we could improve that experience. So we made that change, and we're letting fans know, if you don't already have your parking pass, that you'll be directed with signage and different things to go to Innovation Park to purchase your pass on game day. Ride shares for those who are in town, the Ball State fans, as well as fans who want to take an Uber or a Lyft and come to the game. There'll be a one stop for that. They'll be coming up University Ave and dropping off in one of our lots. As before, folks were able to come in, and we had a lot of ride share issues with folks who would come and clog up our lines. And so we're trying to improve that experience and make sure folks can get to the game on time. And then on the outflow, we've made a slight change to a couple of lots, and we've had those folks message directly about their flow out to the north up Fox Hollow. So we're excited about those changes, and we think that those changes are going to make a big difference for folks. As far as mobile ticketing goes, this is an industry trend, certainly through COVID, for health and safety. Having touchless transactions at the ticketing entries are something that we've adjusted to. Of note, and Sandy said this a couple weeks ago, that in 2019 we had 48% of everybody that entered our stadium already doing mobile ticketing. So we're not starting from ground zero. We've made some significant adjustments to the gates, but the real big message is that you have to download your tickets before you get here. And that's the know before you go. You can do that into your Apple Wallet or your Google Pay. It's a very simple process. You can walk through it step by step. If you have questions, we have a new feature on our website, a chat bot that you can type it right in. We're trying to make it more fan-friendly. For those who don't have a mobile device. There are some fans that don't have that. We'll certainly be accommodating and send them to a place that they can print off a ticket and come in. So we're trying to make those adjustments and make sure everybody has a great experience as they come. Where we currently stand, we are at about 34% of all fans have already downloaded their tickets. That is based upon what we've been told by our Ticketmaster folks, 5 to 10% above industry standard for a Tuesday before the home opener. We are asking folks to please take the time before you leave on Saturday to download your tickets into your Apple Wallet or your Google Pay. And so when you get here, it's an easy experience. We're actually going to have a team of ticket assistants who are going to be out in the parking lots asking folks if they've downloaded their tickets, and if they need help, we can assist them on the spot. We're going to be at the quarterback club luncheon tomorrow helping those folks get their tickets downloaded. We're going to be at the gates. We're going to have folks that are going to be there helping folks so that we can make sure folks get in. Now, the entry process, we've had some challenges in the past with certain areas of the stadiums. As we've mentioned before, when you're trying to put 107,000 people in within an hour of the game, it becomes very difficult. So we're actually going to be opening the gates 2.5 hours early. So at 1 o'clock, we'll be opening the gates, asking folks to come to the team walk at 1:15, then get in the stands. We're offering concession discounts, $1 for every $5 that you spend. We're going to be putting a lot of messaging up on the board, showing the scores, doing those types of things to try to encourage our folks. And I think it's a great message for our team from the family reunion perspective. When they come out for pregame warm-up and there's a bunch of people in the stands, it's electric. I point back to the 2019 whiteout against Michigan. We had a similar message. We asked folks to come early, to have some patience at the gates, and we looked up an hour before the clock, and we had over 95,000 people that were already in the stands, and that made things a good experience for us, and got people revved up and ready to go. From a gate entry perspective, we did make some structural changes to Gate E and Gate F to widen those, to get people to be able to get into those queues. We've added magnetometers from a security perspective to have people come in. We've actually expanded the gates out. So you're going to go through the magnetometer first, and then you're going to have a little bullpen area where the ticket assistants will be. And then we'll cue you right in to, tap your ticket. We learned a lot, saw a lot this past weekend in Wisconsin. They were fully mobile. We did look up at kickoff, and folks were in their seats. And I think that's a message that can continue to be branded here as we move forward. So we're excited about those things. We're excited about the opportunity to honor those that were lost in 9/11. It's the 20th anniversary, and certainly there'll be a lot of opportunities for us to reflect and memorialize all that happened there that day, and we're looking forward to doing those honorings and moving forward. So with that, I wanted to make sure we got those messages to you, and happy to answer any questions.
We have time for a couple of questions. Use the raise your hand feature, and we will get to you. We'll start with Greg Pickle, and then we'll go to Nubias Wilborn.
Hi, Scott. How are you today?
Hi, Greg. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Hope you are as well.
Yeah, doing great.
You mentioned a moment ago that there'll be a place for people who do not have a mobile device to print their tickets. I imagine that's in the email and the stuff you posted on Go PSU Sports. But what would that process be like besides the location? Can you walk us through that, please?
Yeah, we're going to have various resolution booths throughout the stadium areas where folks, if they're having any sort of problem, including those that don't have a mobile device, we're encouraging heavily for folks to make sure we're wanting everyone to have it on their mobile device, but we also recognize that some don't in our fan base. So people will see that. We'll be directing folks to those locations. We do have multiple box offices, over at the stadium, as well as, things. If we have to resolve a problem that takes a little bit more time, we can direct folks to a specified location to do that. So we're being overly cautious about this and making sure that folks understand that we're here to help and that this is going to be a big improvement and will make things a lot easier as they transfer their tickets. One thing I didn't mention that I'd like to mention now is that if you're transferring your tickets, make sure you let those that you're transferring your tickets know to download your tickets. And if you're giving someone your parking pass, make sure they know all the information. We've had a great response rate to the emails. We sent over a dozen emails in the last 6 weeks to our season ticket base about all the information that's going to be happening. We're doing a big social media push, and we've had a 60 to 70% open rate, which is phenomenal for those types of things. So we're looking forward to people to get the information. We're just asking that they take a little extra time and get into the game early and welcome our team when they come out for warm-ups.
New bias Wilborn, and then we'll go to Mark Brennan.
Hey, Frank, thanks for doing this, and hope you're doing well today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. From there, I know you talked about the entry and everything, but how concerned, if at all, are you guys with the continuing rise and uptick of COVID numbers, and what type of contingency plans you guys have around that, if any?
Yeah, we continue to monitor COVID, all things at the university, and including us here at Penn State Athletics, and we'll continue to adjust as necessary and follow the guidelines. We've put a number of mitigations, part of what we've done at the gate entry, as well as the mobile tickets, as we've tried to spread things out. We're trying to ask people to come in early to make sure that they're not in a big crowded line. For those that are going to be indoors, there's a mask mandate that folks in the indoor spaces of our venue will be asked to mask up, and then certainly all those that are unvaccinated, as directed by the CDC, are asked to mask all the time. So we're making sure we communicate those messages, and we're following all the local guidance.
Mark Brennan, and then we'll go to Audrey Snyder.
Hey, Scott, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, I'm sorry if this info is out there, but I haven't seen it. Do you know how many tickets have been sold for this game, and what sort of crowd are you expecting?
We're expecting a full house. We have just a few thousand left. I can say under 4, and they're going fast, and so we're anticipating a full house, and we know that our fan base and community is going to come out in full force. For the first time in 2 years, we're all going to be back together in what we're tabbing the family unit, and it's an unbelievable atmosphere, as you all know, the best in college football, and it's going to be on display Saturday, as well as the other 6 opportunities we have this season, and it's going to be electric around town, as I mentioned earlier. That experience that some of us had last Friday and Saturday in Madison was really special to see people walking around, a tremendous amount of Penn Staters there. We always have a great crowd that follows us, and just the energy and excitement about being back in the stadium and cheering on your team is something that I think folks will really look forward to.
Audrey Snyder, and then John Petishnock.
Hey, Scott. A couple things. You mentioned the indoor mask mandate. I know you guys are considering the concourse open air, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that's correct. And around college football, we've seen some teams who have spread out their team arrival because they don't want people so close. Do you guys have any plans to do that, or will team arrival look the same as it's been?
Team arrival will look and feel the same. We have created a buffer zone from the sidewalks into the street. We're going to have some gating and different things for folks. We're messaging to our team to go ahead and have a great team arrival, but we're gonna make sure that we're focusing on health and safety for that. But to the fans that are coming, they're going to have the great opportunity to be there to cheer on the Nittany Lions, and the concourses are considered an open air space.
And our last question will go to Ryan Parsons.
Hey, Scott, I was just wondering if you guys are satisfied with the student ticket process and if there's been any discussions about changing it.
Yeah, we're always constantly looking at all of our processes. Certainly the student ticket process is one. When you have that volume of students who are all vying for a limited number of seats, there are some supply and demand issues, and we continue to look at that and see how we can make that better. We're going to reach out to our student groups and talk to them and make sure that they have input on this as we move forward. We love Nittanyville. We love our group that comes into the best student section, as heralded by Taco Bell and the best student section in the country multiple times. We're excited about that, and they need to come in full force, and they need to be there early and fill up the stadium, because it will be electric and exciting when our team comes out of the tunnel in front of that crowd, especially Nittanyville and the student section.
Thank you very much, Scott. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.